put a finger down if you finally had a first date horror story. Okay, y'all, so mind you, I've been in a relationship for the last 4 years. I just got out of a relationship maybe a couple months ago. More than a couple before y'all get in the comments doing too much. But anyway, a couple weeks ago, right, I'm at the gym and this guy approaches me and he's like, I think you're really pretty. Can I get your number? And I was like, cool. So we were talking, well, texting and stuff for a while. We would get on the phone here and there. Nothing was too weird, but we also didn't communicate like every single day. It was more of like a, here and there type of thing. So then he saw me at the gym again and he was like, okay, we've been texting, let's go out to like lunch or something. And I was like, okay, cool. And he came to pick me up or whatever. Red flag. First thing that I know I shouldn't have done. And I left my car where it was at. And so we ride to the restaurant or whatever. It was a Mexican restaurant, nothing crazy. And we sit down to, start, I guess, the date or whatever. And the first thing that comes out of his mouth is, oh, wow, you change your hairstyles a lot. Your hair must grow really fast because you've dyed it, you've done this, you've done that. And mind you, this is not my real hair. And just for a little bit of context, he was white. So, he probably didn't know too much about it. So I didn't think anything of it. I just explained to him, oh yeah, this is not my real hair. And red flag this is really like the first red flag because him picking me up is not too weird. The first red flag was he reaches across the fucking table and touches my hair. And I know that's weird as fuck, but at the same time, I wasn't too like, oh, hell no, yet. I was just like, okay, that was weird. So he touches my hair and I'm like, okay. And he was like, really? I can't even tell. And I was like, yeah. And then he like reaches, I had the same hairstyle because this happened yesterday. He like pulls my ponytail and I'm like, the fuck? But I was like, okay, maybe he's just, I don't know. I just kept trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, right? So after that, the conversation is relatively normal. Then the second red flag is he starts showing me gym pictures, like mirror pictures, progress pictures, him flexing, how big his muscles are, his body fat percentage, all kinds of stuff for like 10 minutes straight. Maybe more like 15 to 20, honestly. And I was like, oh my God. I knew at that moment I wasn't going to go back out with him, but also he hadn't necessarily left like a horrible taste in my mouth to make it a horror story. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I'm just going to, thug it out until I can get back to my car. All right. The next thing happens. After that, he just starts staring at me and he was like, don't be offended by this, but can I tell you something? Mind you, anytime somebody says don't be offended, 9 times out of 10, they're about to say something that's going to offend you. And so he looks me in the eyes and he goes, I'm usually not attracted to black women. Most of them have a very masculine and aggressive vibe, What do you mean by that? Like, I literally just looked at him and I was like, no, I don't know. And he was like, oh, I'm not trying to be offensive. Don't get offensive. He's like, I can already tell that you're taking it the wrong way. And I'm like, you can already tell I'm taking it the wrong way? I'm taking it exactly as you said it. Weird. And so I'm kind of quiet after that because, mind you, he picked me up from my car. So I still need to get back to my car, because I didn't want him to know where I lived. So I kind of like parked somewhere. I know this is crazy. I kind of parked somewhere a little different from where I stay at. So he picked me up from my car and I need to get back to my car in order to make it home. So I'm trying to, kind of keep like a level head about what he's saying or whatever. And so at this point, I guess he can kind of tell that I'm, he's losing me. And then he was like, I don't understand why it's so offensive. I think that that's a compliment. And me personally, I'll never be the type of female who's takes it as a compliment that you don't like other black women or you think other black women are unattractive or masculine or whatever. That's not a compliment to me. That throws me all the way the fuck off. So I was like, yeah, let's just change the subject. And he was like, oh no, I feel like I offended you and da 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 da. And I was like, let's just change the subject. He keeps talking about it. I told him 4 times, let's change the subject. And then he was like, oh, there's the aggression. I wanted to show him some aggression. Oh yes, I did. But 1, I didn't want to go to jail. And 2, I didn't want to give him exactly what he was looking for from me, which was a reaction I felt like at that point. So then the conversation is kind of like, it hit like a plateau. Like, I'm not really engaging in the conversation that much because I want it to be over as soon as possible. And he goes, okay, so when we finish eating, mind you, I have not touched my food because he completely disgusted me. And he's like, so when we finish eating, you coming back to my place? And I was like, mm-mm. And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, oh, I have plans. Because, when you're trying to make it back to where you want to go, you can't really just be like, I can't just bluntly be like, hell no, like, you're weird as fuck. So I was like, I don't think so. And he was like, oh wow, so you just wanted me to pay for your food? And I was like, no, I'll pay for my food if that's an issue. And he was like, I don't let women pay when they're on dates with me. That's the type of guy I am. Yeah, you're a lot of types of guys. But anyway, so he paid or whatever, and I threw the food out on the way out. Like, they gave me a to-go box, and I threw that shit right in the trash because, I wanted you to see me wasting your money because you just really, like, threw me off. And the whole time we're driving back to my car, he's like, are you sure you don't want to come over? How about I just go to my house real quick, and then I'll drop you back off at your house after? And I'm like, no, I have plans. I have to babysit. Like, now I'm just pulling shit out my ass. I'm thinking of every reason why I can't do it. Every single one. And he's like, yeah, okay. He was like, I see what this was about. And I was like, what? But mind you, I'm not engaging because I'm trying to make it back to my car. And he's just like talking shit from there. Like, he's like, yep, I'm not going to date anymore. He's like, I'm not going to try to date any more black girls. Like, this is just not for me. I kind of knew already that the vibe was going to be weird because you got offended over a compliment. And as soon as he parked where my car was, I unleashed on his ass. I was like, you are extremely fucking ignorant when it comes to the topic of race and honestly women in general, because I don't even remember everything I said, but I cussed him clean the fuck out. And I know I said I wasn't trying to feed into the stereotype, but he had me fucking pressed. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was pressed about the shit he was saying because it was so out of field, like left pocket, like some strange shit. Like, oh my god. Moral of the story, don't go on dates with people you don't know, and don't let them pick you up, because if they do some weird shit, you can't leave. Because had my car been there, I would have been gone. I would have been gone ASAP. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all so y'all can see how traumatizing that date was.